we've got someone else that's out there crushing the competition. She took top spot on the 35 to 39 leaderboard for the HOKA Ironman VR series. That's awesome. I mean, 35, 39 in the women's category is one of the toughest, one of the deepest. So she got up there and she won it. She comes from Oakland and her name is Ursela Knezevic. And here she is. Good to see you. Thank you for joining us. How are you?
Good morning, Dede. Good morning, Michael. I'm great.
Excellent.
Ursela, we know that you race as a purple patch athlete. That group is spearheaded by Ironman master coach Matt Dixon, and you're a part of the Suto Tri team. Tell us a little bit about how and when you got into triathlon and how you got paired up with a great coach like Matt and a great team like Suto.
Yeah, so I've been a lifelong athlete. I grew up a runner, a swimmer. I played basketball. I was a Division I student athlete at UC Berkeley on the rowing team, and I pursued triathlon after graduating. I'm always looking for a new sport, and I kind of fell into triathlon around 2007, 2008, and then ended up competing in my first 70.3 in 2015. Shortly after that, I started working with Matt and Purple Patch team. I had a goal to continue to be at the top of my age group and really competitive. And working with them, I was actually able to qualify for two 70.3 World Championships and the Ironman World Championship in Kona in 2018. So super excited to work with Purple Patch and his team. And I joined the Suto Tri team last year. So very excited to be representing Suto when we get back to racing.
Oh man, that's so good. Thanks for sharing that. So I'm just like kind of summarizing. You work, you train, you've gotten to Kona, 70.3 Worlds. I understand, if research tells me correctly, you have a 9-month-old Emeline. That seems like a pretty full calendar, pretty full packed. How do you manage your time? I mean, I love it. How do you manage your time? What does it look like scheduling, all that stuff? Share with us, please.
Sure, it's changed a lot. I mean, prior to baby, I was able to dedicate a ton of time to training. I love training, I love racing, but I'm loving being a new parent. So the reality is just that my time is just split up a little bit differently. I'm more effective and efficient when I train. I use a treadmill a lot more, honestly. It makes things a lot more efficient. And I love riding my trainer indoors. So a lot more of the training I do is indoors, but I think it allows me to continue to get the same output that I'm hoping that I used to get doing more stuff outdoors.
Excellent answer.
Now, Ursela, you had topped the leaderboard. If people don't know, you topped the leaderboard in round one of the HOKA Ironman VR Championship Series in your age group, 35 to 39 age group, which we know is a very competitive age group. Tell us a little bit about your experience racing the VR series and what having this outlet, this competitive outlet, when we don't have real races to attend, what has that meant to you, and what has this opportunity presented for you?
I've loved the VR series. It is such a motivator to have something to look forward to on your racing calendar every weekend. It gives my weeks, my weeks leading up to the race purpose. I think the platform and riding on Ruby has been incredible. It's so lifelike, and it's so amazing to be able to ride these Ironman courses virtually, and to select your avatar and pick out your jersey and have everything ready to go. So it's just added a whole new layer and level to Ironman racing that is new and totally welcomed. And I think it's going to continue to bring out the best in all of our athletes as we adjust to the new reality of racing.
There you go. That's it. The new reality. Because it's hardcore racing. It's just different, right? We're not in person, but man. And so to that point, you've been there, done what a lot of folks want to do. You won it. You've got that title and you're going to World. So any tips for folks to manage that, get on Ruby and blast one out like you did?
Yes, I would say definitely treat this like a real race day. Be prepared to bring your A game. I think I make the argument that riding indoors on a trainer on a bike is even harder than outdoors. So be prepared to go deep. Suffer a little bit, but do it for to get the best results out of yourself. I think that the ability to be able to race in 70.3 World Championships is amazing, and I would just say that this is such a cool opportunity to connect with competitors all over the world in a new format. And I'm really looking forward to seeing what the future holds for us as we continue to race the season.
Nice.
Well, now that you've clinched your slot for the 70.3 Worlds already in round one, what are your goals for virtual racing in round two? We had Master Coach Lance Watson on yesterday saying, you know what, it's okay to treat some of these races as a training day. Are you going to downgrade some of your performances with VR2 now that you have your slot? And what's your advice to some age groupers that maybe don't feel like they can race every single weekend and go all in? Is it okay to just take a week, is just have it be something you do kind of for fun?
Oh, absolutely. I would say this is the ability to do 2 runs in a ride every single weekend. You could use them as a training day. Pick one weekend and make that like your 10K max run. Pick the next weekend and try to, PR on the bike. The Ruby platform allows you to go ahead and pick a race course for that week and just go at it. So I think using these opportunities as a way to up your A game for each of the different disciplines, run or the bike, is going to be a really great way for folks to continue to stay competitive and give themselves something to work toward every single weekend.
Super. Wow. Great advice from real practical advice. That's someone who's been there and done that. So, final question is Emeline sleeping still, or have we woken her up with our broadcast?
Emeline was up bright and early at 6 o'clock Pacific, so we were ready to go. She's with Dad, hanging out with Dad now. But she loves to run with me in my little jogger stroller. So pro tip as well to new parents: get a jogger stroller, and when your baby's old enough, hit the roads.
That's it. Awesome. Well, it's been great chatting with you, and I hope you have a wonderful Saturday and great rest of your weekend. Good luck with your future Ironman VR racing and anything that is in store.
Thank you, Michael. Thank you, Dede. Nice to meet you both.